The next award is for the people with the best class spirit.
Our male recipient is Olin Nedeberg.
And the female is Sunshine Demarest.
Most cooperative is our next category, and our male recipient once again is Forrest Magassa.
And the female recipient is Rebecca Yonker. And the next award is for those who have been the most courteous. Nordbeck.
Most creative is next. We have James Seo
and Michelle Whitson. The next one is for those who were the most dependable.
Doug Shao.
Boogie Yasakoma.
Wow. Most friendly goes to Andrew Kim.
And Jennifer Alford. And those who were the most humorous were
Fred Washington
and Sonia Sally.
Most capable of leadership, Edmund Punjaitan.
And Amy Vitako. And those who were the most musical were
Jay Chilson
and Yuki Adarashi.
Most Christ-like spirit, Robert Pusteban
And Claudine Menaragua. And those who were the most studious were
Benjamin Park,
Janae Krantz.
most likely to succeed, Richard Robertson.
And for the females, there was an exact tie, and they are Letitia Adai and Julia Lockwood.
Most unique, Almadina Pua.
one is the best communicator?
Wilson Conjiton.
Michelle Proctor.
Most willing to serve. Eric Ellison.
And Nicole Robinson.
Our last and final People's Choice Award is for the Best All-Around Senior. This is an inclusive award because the nominations for this category are qualified with the preceding, for the other categories. And so our Best All-Around Male Senior is Rodney Bow.
And the best all-around female senior was Rahel Davidson.
Congratulations to all the recipients.
The next award will be presented by Andrews Academy alumnus, and the one that does this each year involved with the band, Scott Leben, Julia Locklear, Boris Magessa, Amanda Marks, Tasha Matichuk, Susan Menjus, Olin Netterberg, Edwin Panjaitin, Wilson Panjaitin, Benjamin Park, Tony Payne, Michelle Proctor, Rick Robertson, Cole Robinson, Jamie Russell, Heather Chonder, Jennifer Schoonemaker, Doug Shaw, Sarah Spangler, Zach Spruill, Rachel Unatoa, Heidi Vega, Amy Vitonkel, Michelle Witzel, and Rebecca Young. That's an effort. The next category is up to $4,000. The four names here: Michelle Miller, Amy Vitonkel, Sarah Spangler, and Wilson Penjaitin. next one must be the sky's the limit. I don't know. It says over 4,000.
So dark in here.
You don't have any more, Phil? There's only one roll? Your roll at home. There's no other rolls here? That's okay, I'll take it. I'll take the picture. Yeah, you take it out so I can take a picture. You taking a picture? Don't waste it all on me. Just pretend that you're taking a picture of Michelle. Okay, that's good. Oh, this is cool.
It's a
your death for her sins, your resurrection to give her new life, your burial representing her past being washed away. All that is being demonstrated here tonight. I pray that your Spirit may continue to fill her life. Be close to her in those moments when no one else can be there. Help her walk faithfully with you. And Lord, may she bring many others with her into your kingdom. Because you're a God of infinite possibilities. Now baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The skies, when I hear the trumpet sound in that morning, hear the trumpet in that morning. When shall I be delivered from this vain world of sin, and shall hear the trumpet sound in that morning, and
Such changes may include which college to attend, what major field of study to pursue, whom to marry, choices of jobs or careers. Too often, however, we envision success by looking like someone else, or at least attempting to. Wealth can be very fleeting. A second misconception about success is that people have achieved success when they feel successful or happy. And this is the fourth misconception we want to consider this morning, is the fact that having power is success. Power in and of itself is not bad. How we choose to use that power makes a difference. But power of itself does not spell success. Many people believe the great achievement, nothing could be further from the truth. Success isn't a list of goals to be checked off once accomplished. It's not reaching a destination. Success actually is a journey. And graduating class, you're about to undertake a great journey this morning, and as you graduate from Andrews Academy. True success isn't the same for any two people, because we're all created differently and full of potential, and thirdly, it is sowing seeds that benefit others.
Her master's at Andrews in music, and she wanted me to say that she's presently addicted to theology, and she is completing her doctoral studies and will begin teaching at the seminary this fall. I'd like to introduce to you my mother, Frances Schreiner. I've known her for all my life, and probably know her better than any of you out there. I know, for example, that she's not a morning person. We've always joked that we should label the oatmeal canister in Braille. This way she wouldn't have to actually open her eyes to fix breakfast. And now you know that she is a fine musician, leading in this rousing songs for the city.
Well, I don't have anything interesting to say because I didn't know I was doing this till this morning. But my mom is behind Heather. She's doing scripture. That's Linda Russell.
I'm here to introduce the most important person in my life for the past 17 and 3/4 of a year. And she's being nominated for 3 Academy Awards as closest friend, Christ-like mentor, and best supporting mother. I'd like to introduce my mother to you. She is the most important and only woman in my life.
In the world, Najeeb and Anisha Naku.
Buenos días. صباح الخير. Bonjour. And good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to welcome you to the most important earthly person in my life, and it's my mom, Bonnie Knight.
Therefore I no longer live. Jesus Christ now lives in me. I am crucified with Christ, therefore I no longer live. Jesus Christ now lives in me. I am crucified with Christ, therefore I no longer live. Jesus Christ now lives in me.
Mom and Dad, I'd like to introduce you to all my friends and my classmates and all their family members. Everybody, I'd like to introduce you to my parents. My dad, Edgar Vega, and my mom, Eunice Vega. They're going to be giving the call for you.
First of all, I'd like to introduce you to my father, sitting over there, Paul Manichuk. He's one of the ushers, and he's going to be picking up the offering. And my mother is also here, Takako Manichuk. And they're the people who raised me, and I'm very thankful, and I love them very much.
I'm introducing my father, John Menges, and he's an usher. And I tried to think of something that I could say that would really embarrass him, because he always does that to me. But I couldn't. I'll just introduce him to you, and I'd like to say happy birthday to my mom, because it's her birthday today.
My name is James, and I've been to see my father, and so he will collect an offering.
I'd like to introduce my father. He's sitting right there, Lopi Vitanko Jr., and he's an usher as well.
The Worthy Student Fund. This group of people, this group of students will benefit for this, so they will be able to come and be in the places that you have been.
Yonker. He's the speaker for the scripture lesson today. My dad began his career several years ago as an academy Bible teacher, which he said gave him good training for raising me through my teenage years. Currently, he is a teacher in the Old Testament department of the seminary, director of the PhD/THD programs, and director of the Institute of Archaeology, and thus an Indiana Jones wannabe in the summers when he goes on his digs. Of course, his most important title in my life is Dad. This year is a special year for both my dad and me. In May, my dad completed his PhD degree. So from this weekend on, we are both, in our own way, members of the class of '97.
Thank you, Rebecca. And I would like to thank Mr. Shepard for the way he's tightly organized the program this morning. He gave at least most of us a neat little sheet telling us where we were to sit and exactly how much time we had for our presentation, everything from 30 seconds to a minute, 2 minutes, and I am granted 5 to 7 minutes. I got the biggest block of time to do the lesson study, which is very brave by Mr. Shepard, because I am a teacher program for 50 minutes. You stand.
I'd like to introduce my mother, Pat Spangler. And I'd like to thank her for being my best friend, for waking me up in the morning even though I didn't want to get up, and for trusting me enough to fall asleep when I was driving.
I would like to introduce my parents, Tim and Karen Sproul. My father is an associate professor here at Andrews University, is the director of counseling psychology. My mother has her master's in community counseling and counsels currently in St. Joe. But more importantly, they are my parents and supporters in every aspect of my life.
If you haven't had a chance to observe the platform, maybe you should. There's someone up here who I vaguely resemble. It's my mom. She's Robin Locklear, and I think she's done two things that I don't think I could ever do. She's a great balancing type of person. She is responsible for the care of just under 200 people at Berrien General, but I think her even harder task is she's responsible for caring for myself and my little sister. And I must say that her master's degree in business and administration is not unvalidated because she's one of the best negotiators and litigators you'll ever meet. Because of her, I can bargain for a curfew and probably argue just about anything, but I want to thank my mom for being my mom and for making sure that I don't miss school, because those of you know, if you live with a nurse, you can't fool them into thinking you're sick.
In his walker when he was 6 months old, and being hospitalized with a serious foot infection when he was 5, and the emergency appendectomy during 8th grade.
Or how about the time he forgot how tall he had gotten?
Hi, Sarah. She said, "You're not going to talk about me, are you?" I said, "Oh, a little bit, maybe." The past 4 years, I've watched Sarah grow in many ways. Physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Much of this growth has come through her interaction with her classmates, her teachers here, her other adult friends, and administrators at Andrews Academy. There have been many times of stress, but times of joy too. That's what makes up life. Soon after she began her freshman year, finances became an issue. I'm sure many of you can relate to the fact that having 2 people at Andrews Academy gets to be rather expensive. We went in to talk to Dr. McKenzie about financial aid, and it made a big impact, his approach to us and the way he handled the situation. He listened to our situation with compassion and understanding, and then he ended our visit with a prayer of encouragement that was very personal and genuine. It made a big difference in our struggle to keep children at a Christian school. Many teachers have also made a lasting impression. Pastor Russell has stimulated Sarah to think about spiritual issues. He's raised real life things and made her think about her values. He's also encouraged independent thinking and played by her side in soccer, one of her passions. Mrs. Shepherd enthusiastically supported Spanish projects that always needed an extra couple days to meet the deadline. Tom Baker has given her an opportunity to become Emily in our town and taught her how to research a term paper. Kimba Moore encouraged her artistic talent and gave her many opportunities to experiment with other forms of art that she hadn't tried before. She's really enjoyed that. This past year, Sarah had a medical problem that necessitated many missed days of school, late homework assignments, projects, things like that. And I was very impressed with how supportive the teachers were and flexible in meeting her deadlines, and I appreciated that. True friends are one of life's greatest treasures. Sarah's made many here at Andrews. Some of them, in fact, remain from Ruth Murdoch days. I see Dina smiling on the front row, Natasha sitting beside her. Other names that come to mind are Amy, Mindy, Doug, Yuki, Paul, Letitia, Marla, Dino, Corey, Jill, Mike, Melissa. She's had 2 husbands, Jason and Eric, and she's also had 1 child, but only for a week. Fortunately, I'm thankful I'm not ready to be a grandmother yet. Sarah's friends have broadened my vocabulary and my horizons. Words such as heaping, bageling, and swinging have developed new significance. I've also developed a tolerance for late nights during Spanish project time and learned that nothing in my fridge was sacred. A couple things I will not miss are roaring up to the front door at 8:55 a.m. Sarah is not a morning person. Receiving attendance point notices in the mail and dashing home from work for some forgotten item that must be had at school immediately. I have many memories of my time with Sarah the past 18 years. Some of the ones that come to mind are just moments. You know, most of the memories that we find significance in later as we get older are just snippets of time. They're not necessarily a day or a month or a year, they're just moments. But memories that come to mind just often are twisted ankles from gymnastics, soccer, football, rollerblading, nightmares of Sarah hurtling down the crazy bike trail by the creek, flag football with the daughters on opposing teams, watching sunsets over Lake Michigan, praying through our problems, making collages, composing poems, nature music, snuggling in the circle chair. A personal note to Sarah. Thank you for being my daughter, for bringing joy, empathy, and love to my life. You are a giving and caring person, and I'm fortunate to share life with you. You are my sunshine. Many of you made a difference in Sarah's life here at Andrews, even though you may not have realized it. A smile in the hallway, an enthusiastic greeting, a hug of joy or concern, an offer of prayer. Thank you for making a positive impact.
Thank you, Julia, for that grand introduction. I'm really not a bad debater either. And she really doesn't get that from me. As Mrs. Batango called me and asked if I would be a part of the Sabbath school service, of course I said yes, not knowing what I had to do. And as we talked longer and she said, well, you need to give a parent's tribute, I started to think, a parent's tribute, what is that, a parent's tribute?
My mom, Edith Land, who is going to be singing a song for your listening pleasure.
Way that matters, in a way that shows that I belong to you. Help me to serve, care and love as you'd have me to.
I would like to introduce to you and present to others my parents, Frank and Karen Alford. Many of the teachers in the school say that, you know, Jennifer, I've seen your mother before, but I don't think I've ever seen your father. And well, that is probably not true. See, I look a lot like my mother, so therefore sometimes people just bypass my father and think, oh, he's just a man that's standing next to her. But this is my father. For those of you who have not known, this is him. I feel that I've taken like bits and pieces from each one, from their personalities. My mother's love of shoes and love of music, and my father's talkative spirit, just loving life. And I really appreciate my parents and all the sacrifices that they have made for me, and here they are.
I would like to introduce my parents, Jim and Barb Martz. They're no strangers to a lot of you, and they're probably two of my bestest pals, and I have to say that they are definitely good listeners. And my mom, who loves to talk as much as I do.
Taking care of my baby girl. I'm gonna tell off on her now, that's what I call her, baby girl. For 4 years and surprising us on many trips that we had to dig deep down in our pockets for money that we know that we didn't have, find it so she could go different places, so she could get an understanding of different cultures. And I just remember when she went to Mexico, that's just right, on a missionary trip, and I was so proud of her, saying that here's a young lady who could be doing anything, but she decided to go over and help build a church for somebody less fortunate than ourselves.
Gas. Getting to maybe Utah and thinking we're there, only to realize that we have another day and a half. Well, finishing Andrews is the Utah.
Got my schedule and opened it up and saw 3.5 to 5 minutes. I thought, okay, for the introduction. But I think back when I was 5 months pregnant, and the doctor looked at me solemnly and said, please prepare yourself, because I don't think this baby's going to make it. And I think of the time 2 months later when She was 2 months early. She was born all 3.5 pounds of her. The pediatrician looked at her and said, you know, I think this one's gonna make it. I can see a strength and a determination in her that is what it takes to make it.
One of the unique things that we have often wondered about is her keen awareness of germs, and I finally put it together.
Of talks that you and I would have together all through the years. And we were talking, and she looked up at me and she said, Mom, she said, was Ellen White a minister? I said, no, she was a prophet. She said, was she the first woman General Conference president? And I said, no, she wasn't. Time went by and she was real quiet, and then she looked up at me again and she says, Mom, when I grow up, I think I'd like to be the first General Conference president. And that was just the beginning of lots and lots of times that we have seen her set goals and work really, really hard to achieve those goals.
That's my dad. His name is Art, in case you're wondering. And if I could be 1/18th as cool as he is when I grow up, I'd be very satisfied. As an example, once he was like applying to a graduate school or something, I think it may have even been medical school, and he needed a second language, and it just so happened that New Testament Koine Greek, he knew it well enough that it qualified as his second language. So that's my dad. He'll be doing the benediction.
Shall we stand? Dear Lord, we're thankful this morning. Thankful that we've been able to worship and share.
Not again, no! I forbid this. What? Leaving my open house. I'm in the hospital. No. She's outside. Why is there a camera there? Very bad man.
Here next to Karen, please. The third row of young ladies. Penny.
Make it quick. And knock some teeth out.
Okay, yeah, if we can move this row over here. Back here.
Yeah, well, Lisa, she was going to find out.
We'll have 2 rows of ladies.
Tuesday. Okay.
Somebody lost their 90-something. I would be mad.
I know, look. I have a good idea.
And this.
She should only said yes. Hi, girls. Good luck.
Oh, you're tall for him, or you should go there when you be in the picture.
No, hard there.
What's that?
I don't think I see the first one. I'm gonna kill him. I was like 5 inches. It was confusing to me, so, but the rest I know. No. Oh God. If my family could be on time,
Right here behind Kim.
They were doing my mom's hair.
My mother's hair does not have to be done. Today. They were cooking. Yeah. My mother just finished cooking. She started today and ended today. I've been running.
That general direction.
Rick, you need to face the front.
He's matriculated. It's not a disease.
Let's see.
Yeah, but I was getting time to listen to see anyway. It might work. I'm I don't know. I feel so horrible. Angel!
Go down the middle aisle. Oh, that is so cute, Sonia. Look at her. Step it all the time. You just work it out. Oh, he is taping us. Who is? Oh my God. Okay, hi. You know, all up in the face. How you doing? That's all right. Okay then.
That's really nice.
Pull us down.
I think you need to flip this over, man, because it wants to stay like that.
I know, but I can't do it.
All right, take the hat over. Take the hat off.
Take the hat off?
Here, take a picture for my baby.
Okay, he keeps coming up really close. That's
Fred. Excellent. Stupid like that.
Yep, I think I hear Ava! She wanted to be there. Happiness, joy. Okay, we're in back of him, right? Okay, we're supposed to be right here. Okay.
Hey, who's right here? Sunny? Sunny? Okay, good.
Are we in the right one?
Melrose?
Remember, you keep going to the front, go to the right.
Melrose? Melrose? Who's the first one after Seniors, we are lining up. This is alphabetical. Let's do it quickly, please.
I know, my goodness, like stuffed. Lots of people.
Bowen. Wow. Carter. Michael's next. We'll step back here.
Hi, Sarah. Happy graduation. Congratulations.
Castillo.
I like your headband.
Thank you.
Castillo.
Okay, I'm going now. Bye.
Castillo.
Emerson will laugh.
Yeah.
We had to find her one.
Okay.
Sounds like the mother of the multitudes to the last minute. You have your pen.
You are amazing. My room. Andrew. Right here, buddy. Next, Sarah. Right here, Rachel.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Rachel.
What if I mess up? I'm half of it. What if I guess there's a technique.
Make yourself proud. It's more colorful.
I don't know. What? Now pick one as you're marching. Yep.
Better be very quick.
Very quick. This is it. Oh, let's get the last 3. Well, we have.
Everybody alphabetical order now? Huh?
I swear the bunny should ride on his back. No, I mean, I got it.
We're just following her.
No. Bring her step.
That.
Take a step.
Whoa, camera.
Mine does that.
He's a Kappa guy. Yes.
Gamma 5, baby. Kappa 5.
Yes, yes.
All the men are sick. Quite simple. I like it.
Oh. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
You know?
And you can
Look, I have two of you. I feel pretty important.
Quick, quick. Say okay. My grandma.
How long does this take? He's trying to just like I know it.
It's big. Don't stop me. That's okay. That's pretty. I mean, I want a cup.
Yeah, could you be like our operative inside so when we get in trouble we just go to you and stuff?
Thanks, Jamie.
I love it when girls
Do I look scared?
Hello, Mr. Bauer.
Greetings.
How you doing, Mark? All right.
Stop, it's fine. It's you. What?
I like this. Beautiful shot in the shower.
Julie's smiling like her feet hurt. Or they do. Everybody's smiling.
Where are you?
we are.
That's fine.
Ooh, right in my face.
Congratulations, Rebecca. Nice to wish to you. Going backpacking again soon.
Fun.
Congratulations to you too. Keep walking. Well, Jason, there's still a little bit of hope.
It'll be up soon.
I have a warm hello from Wayne's.
Right, man. Gotta hear more.
Yeah. Congratulations. Best of luck to you.
Did you take the picture?
Yeah.
Down here.
Congratulations. Thank you. Wow, look at all that. He's by your dad. Look this way. No, open it up. It's not going, Jeremy. Okay, it went. Okay, that's it. That's enough pictures.
Of course they did.
We don't want to put you on the spot.
Hey!
Congratulations.
How much I can do, guys.
What's going to happen?
Yes.
I might have spoiled that picture the other day. You may have to come back into the picture.
Yes.
If I did or not.
Oh well.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. I guess we'll go out.
Get a hug. Bye.
Other side. 5 years, my friend.
I welcome you. You know.
What's next, man?
I didn't mean to say that anyway.
I still retain that
I'll come back.
Thank you. Actually, I didn't feel like wearing it.
Yeah, I'll see you guys. I will. Hey, check out.
Oh, yeah.
Ivy.
Clap for all y'all. Clap for y'all. Give me some love, bro.
Open.
I want to slow down the I'm sorry. Hey, chat. Here goes. Gino! Oh, man.
You too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, she's up that way a little bit.
Up that way a little bit.
Up closer to the tree there.
Okay. They're all over there. I want to get a couple shots, but I got to get back.
Hey, I got one of them this time. Coordinated with the other guy.
Are they both yours? No, what's Natasha's?
I'm sorry, I'm reading you right. What do you want? What? What do you want? Did you give it to somebody? Yeah, I need to give them to somebody. I can hold it for you. Well, I need to find them. Great. Oh no! Oh, she's on an incline. Yeah, I'll see her with you. I'm right next to your face, so yeah, it probably wouldn't be a good shot. My goodness. I don't want to get away. Yes,
It's a challenge for us amateurs.
I'm also waiting. All right, perfect. Handwritten. You're going to be a 5 more, aren't you? 5:30?
How are you?
Look, my name is just saying.
Oops, sorry. Everybody's banging in everybody here.
Push you up, man. Oh!
I got the
Daddy, you have to be in.
No, I'm out.
This is a I want to do one with
Now they can capture our actions.
Okay, let's go for it.
He's right here. Jason. Jason. Harris. Right here. Hey. Stand here. Well, wait. No, we got to be able to see us.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hi, Mrs. Rasta.
Charles and the two J's in your face.
You can get a picture of me and Joe. You three. Go for it.
I look like a big fruit basket.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
I already did it. Sorry. You were ducking the other way, and you were everybody. He was trying to eat your candy, and no.
Definitely very, very.
Oh man, oh, get the candy, not me. Candy.
Sorry. Thank you. Derek. It's all them.
Thank you.
We made it. I wasn't dependent upon that car.
Oh, you did? Thank
You want me to look for Doug and who else?
If you want to look for Doug, that's cool.
Who else?
You got to take
Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. One more time.
One more time.
All right.
Congratulations, very good job you did. I'm so
all in filming at the same time. You want to stay here? Yeah.
I know. I might come back. I don't know yet. Yeah, I hope so.
What's that? You want to stay here?
Now, who else can I put my arm around?
Susan! Mrs. Hoffman. Ah! Susan! What grade is she in?
She's a junior.
Look at what you got. Oh my god. That's so cute. One more. I have one more left, guys. Hey, Michelle. I know. I was doing a video. Look for
This guy sees too much of me. I'm getting scared. American people want it.
Okay, one more. One month ago.
Okay. Thanks. Are you coming to our open house? It's at Junior's house. It's at 5:30 tonight.
Okay, sure, I'll try. I'm like 10 million, so.
Andrew.
I gotta go get far.
I should just give that to you because it looks a lot better on you than it does on me.
Whoops, now I'm in the shot. I don't know, it's pretty short.
I need different clothes. Feel free to redeposit. Okay, I will. Let me go get some clothes and I'll be back, okay?
Makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just keep that rhythm, give it everything you got. If it ain't got that swing, what da 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 dee da 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 dee da dee da low. You don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Oh no, I don't swing.
You don't swing?
It makes no difference.
You have a hair right down in front there.
No one will see it. No one. It's not a big notice.